to me, it's a supernatural warfare of good and evil, and the Word of God. This warfare, it's not just it's just not something physical, but it's a spiritual warfare going on. Do you believe that?
Oh, totally. As a matter of fact, if you go to Daniel, Daniel was interceding because he was alive during the period of the Cyrus administration. It's believed that Daniel was the reason the Jews received the extraordinary edict and proclamation to go back and rebuild your temple, because Daniel showed Cyrus the prophecies calling him by name by Isaiah chapter 45, 100 years before he was born. And Cyrus was stirred by the Spirit of God and said, go build your house, go rebuild your temple. Daniel was in intercession, Jim, and you know the story, but when it was intercession and he was going through this resistance, the angel Gabriel broke through and said, I was held up 21 days by the prince of Persia, but now I'm coming to tell you what's happening next. After this, there will come the prince of Greece. And what Daniel was getting was the beginning of a revelation that principalities control world orders, and that they rotate and they rotate and they rotate, so that Babylon would be there first, then the Medes and Persians with Cyrus coming along. Then it would be Alexander the Great would come along, and then it would be the Roman armies would come along. And the point is, spiritual warfare is being fought about pushing into the next evolution of who's in control. Right now, the dragon of China and the beast system is trying to create a global order where everything collapses into a global economy with global governance. China would be the power at the center of it. The United States would be destroyed. And what the Lord is doing is he's shaking up America right now to see the threat that is in its spiritual condition. That's our job. But in its economic position, for years, Trump's been saying other countries are ripping us off. China is a problem. And people said, oh, Trump, he's just a protectionist. He's just a xenophobe nationalist and a racist. Now they're suddenly realizing China's threatening to cut off our medical supplies. China bought up the world's medical supplies while the pandemic was in their country. They bought up all the supplies so they have it and they can sell it to other countries. So what you've got right now is you've got the assertion of a new principality wanting to rock, and it came from China, curiously enough. That principality wants to take control. And so the virus goes out from China. Its end goal is America. America goes down. China and the New World Order goes up. And that's what the devil wants. But he didn't factor that there was going to be the church in the United States and the awakened believers around the world. Because what we're doing is we are praying for the eagle to rise up, because it is not the time for America to go down. And we know that because Americans put Donald Trump in office in 2016. So God has a Churchill right now in office dealing with a blitzkrieg that is coming against it from unified principalities. Saudi Arabia and Russia are crippling the American economic sector in the area of energy. We are within 2 weeks of the collapse of the energy sector. And people go, well, what does that mean? It means that our whole infrastructure economically is based on a couple of sectors, energy being one, while Russia and Saudi Arabia are fighting with each other over who gets the oil market. They've decided to glut it. There's no demand for American oil. The economic sector of energy is going down, and they know they're crippling the United States. We don't have friends out there if we're not powerful. Saudis will sell us out. Russia will sell us out. China is already after us. So you've got a moment in history where America must recover its strength and its vitality so that the eagle can rise. The church must awaken, and we have to have a restoration of the walls around America. That's the Nehemiah Project, a redefining of our sovereignty and who we are. And we've got to take on this mindset that has made the church, the Bible, and Jesus a source of irrelevance and mockery, and hit that thing straight on the nose because that's the awakening that I believe is coming with the gospel in America.